All right, Misfits, it's Amber and J13 here on the Monster Rock Show. We got an interview going on with a good friend of mine. I've known the guy since I was like a teenager, working together at Ultrazone in Ben Salem across the street from the Chamonix Mall. My buddy, our interviewed guest tonight is Cory Kastle. He is joining us now. He's got a new 15-minute short film called Bruce, which just hit YouTube the other night. He sent me a copy of it directly to text, so I had to go check it out. And it's a really cool video with a really amazing twist on a very popular character that you all know. What's up, dude?
Hi.
What's going on?
Can you hear me pretty good?
We can hear you good. Can you hear us?
I can, for sure. I mean, Amber hasn't said anything yet, but
Oh, now I feel like bad because you're all fancy with your microphones. I'm just sitting here.
Your microphone is on the other side of my computer right now, so it's sitting there. It's just waiting for you.
Okay, well, I'm not there, so.
having it and using it aren't the same. But
right. And you sound fine anyway, so I think we're good. So, Cory Kastle, welcome to Johnnie 13's Monster Rock Show, my podcast. How long ago was it that I came down and did Evolving with Cory Kastle?
Well, sure. Let me think about it.
That was a while ago.
I don't know if I know the exact date, but I know it was like you were sitting in the room with me.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you on the podcast about my girlfriend and how great she was.
Mm-hmm.
And we came out of the room. You met her. You left. She dumped me.
Yeah, you texted me. Like, it was, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I felt like the bad luck token there. I didn't even do anything to like, make the situation bad. I was a guest on his show. We were sitting there. We were catching up. We were talking. And then
I remember because you told me, oh, I'm going over to my friend's house to go do a podcast. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Have fun.
And then about an hour or so later, I got a text saying, so my girlfriend just dumped me. I was like, oh.
So it was about 2 or 3 years ago.
Was it? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we were together, but probably not for that long, so that makes sense.
So how are things 2 years in the future post breakup?
Oh, dude, things are awesome. I mean, did you watch Bruce, right?
Yes, we watched Bruce.
The girl in that movie who was my girlfriend in the movie is my girlfriend in real life.
Well, that works out.
Wow.
We could definitely sense the chemistry in that.
Yeah,
in the video between you guys.
The chemistry was there. Yeah,
right,
for sure.
Now,
but also she's a really good actor. She did. I mean, I think she loves me, but I don't know if she really likes me all that much.
That's how I feel Amber feels about me. She likes me a lot, maybe not loves me too much. So you had your girlfriend in this. Were you friends with a lot of the people involved in making Bruce?
Well, I co-concepted the whole thing.
Okay.
Me and the guy who played Tattoo Face,
mm-hmm.
who's my current roommate, and Steve Dotson, which you know.
Right. I've met Steve before.
Yeah. So the three of us came up with the idea of it. I knew I don't know if I knew everybody on the set. I didn't know, previous to it, I didn't know the store clerk girl. She was a New York City actor. She came in for it.
Right.
I didn't know the prostitutes.
Nobody wants to know prostitutes.
And I didn't know the pimp guy.
Okay.
But I think I knew everybody else.
Right.
Some of the crew were strangers to me before the shoot, but then, through that, dude, it was such a fun shoot that I became friends with everybody there.
Now, I don't know if you want to give it away, because I know that there is a twist element to this, and there's kind of a reveal at the end.
It's the cat's out of the bag.
Okay, so everybody knows.
I mean, if you guys have already watched it, just talk to me like you've watched it.
Right. Well, I know for people, at least for the podcast, for anybody listening or anybody watching this interview when we have it up, I didn't know if you wanted to give away the reveal of what, of what's going on, because I know I know that it dives into a character base or like a theme that is already present, but there is there's a bit of anonymity at the beginning of the film.
Right. So we didn't want to come right out and say what it was, because we wanted people to discover it on their own.
Yeah. So and so in that vein, can you describe the film for anybody that hasn't seen it without giving too much away?
So it's an alternative universe telling of a story that's been told a ton of times that has never been told this way.
The story that's
This is
been
so
told all the
vague.
time.
Can we just say what it is? Can we
Yeah,
just say what it is?
it's your project. You can say whatever you want.
You already posted it to the page anyway, Johnny.
I did, but I didn't
So-
say what it was. I mean, if
But you
Cory's fine
gave
with it,
people the opportunity to watch it. So if they didn't,
Right.
it's kind of on them.
I guess so. So
Right.
so basically, Bruce is a alternate universe telling of Batman.
Bruce Wayne, yeah.
Right, Bruce Wayne. And in this version of the story, Bruce gets shot outside of the opera house,
Right.
but doesn't die.
Right.
Okay.
That's
So
why, I don't know if you can see this little patch of, we filmed it in December.
okay,
So I had to shave a little bit of my hair right here.
right.
I don't know if you could tell it in the movie if you go back and watch it. I had
There's
shaved
like
a
a
little
little-
bit of my hair so
Yeah.
so my actual brain surgery scar would show, like, because of
Mhm.
being shot.
right.
Oh my
those
God.
two things. When you get your head sliced open, it looks like a bullet wound.
Yeah. Well, I met a guy. This is what kind of gave me an inspiration for it. I went to a party once. It was a St. Patrick's Day party. Everybody was dressed in green. A lot of people were really drunk, and I saw this guy who had it like a shaved head. And this was a little bit after I had my surgery. And I said, "Dude, I've got the same scar as you." And I like pulled my hat off.
Right.
And I said, "What happened to you?" And he's like, "Oh, I shot myself."
Jeez.
Oh my goodness! They're not the same scars then.
No.
Oh my God.
He shot himself and he
God.
survived?
Yeah. So they went in and did surgery
Right.
on his brain and his skull
Mhm.
after he shot himself. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it would make sense that I'd have a scar here if I was shot in my head.
Yeah.
So then we,
Wow.
I shaved a little bit of it, and it's grown back in 7 months, but it's not a lot.
My hair grows back pretty quickly. So with this story, with this version of Batman, I mean, and we've all read really dark stories from the Batman collection. We've seen, Christopher Nolan's movies. This one gets like really, really, really dark right from the get-go. I mean, you have a needle in your arm within the first minute of the movie.
Yeah.
So where was the trajectory for Bruce Wayne in your DC universe?
See, we really wanted to be that, like, it's like a retelling of the story that you've been told a ton of times, but
Right.
On this one, it's like, okay, so Thomas Wayne, if I hope anybody who's listening to this has already watched it. Spoiler alert! We'll have it be like the robber says, "Give me the money, bitch," and he shoots the mom.
Right. Yes.
And then Thomas Wayne is like, "No, you're supposed to shoot me first and take her wallet, make it look like a robbery." And
Yes.
the guy pulls the mask off and he goes, "Sorry, boss, I can still shoot you if you want." Which is the line of the thing for me.
I was definitely laughing when that came across, because I mean, it's you already got the sense it's a botched robbery, but somebody lying there dead. It's just like, oops.
And then Bruce goes, "Alfred?" Like, so of course, like, he's a hired Alfred.
It's a setup. Yeah.
Stage what looks like a robbery.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it was just like, we just want to take the entire world and flip it on its head.
Right.
Some people just want to watch the entire world burn.
So now the trajectory or the arc for Batman becoming who he is the fact that he hates his father for killing his mom.
Yeah, and it's also, dude, and a lot of it is like, it's like, think about people who have traumatic pasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of them are immune to struggles like the mental illness that our version of Bruce Wayne has. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything's ever really dug into the mental illness that somebody who's traumatized by watching the death of a parent at that young of an age.
Right.
So it's like instead of like making it that Thomas Wayne is a good person, it's like this guy struggled with hating his dad his whole life because he watched a hit be taken out on, and then he doesn't have Alfred in the
Right.
regular story. He grows up with Alfred as his family.
Yeah.
In this story, Alfred was the one that destroyed his family.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have that.
So this Batman doesn't have all the money, doesn't have all the gadgets.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think he has the money,
Mhm.
but that's not the fix.
Right.
So a lot of people think that like the money, a lot of when they associate Bruce Wayne, they go, well, like he's got a magic wand, he's a billionaire.
Mhm.
But with him, he's still miserable shit. And he
Right.
still has a big lot of money, which like you'll see he used some of it for buying drugs. He used some of it for buying a hot dog at 7-Eleven.
Mhm.
He used it for throwing it down on that guy, that that thief.
He's just not as flashy as
Right.
we're used to on this one. So
Right.
you have this one. It's out on YouTube. You can watch it, and it's already gotten. I was just looking at it. I think it's like 500 some views, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
was that
like close to
5
600.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Wow, that's pretty quick work.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
say.
I'm really like fingers crossed. Like I want like as many eyes on it as possible because anybody who sees it
Right.
can really understand that like it's something to be enjoyed. It's like it's not just it's not just a film for the sake of making a film. Like we really worked hard on this and cared a lot for it.
Yeah, I mean, it without a doubt, it's definitely an awesome story. And like I said, you sent it to me, I believe, on Monday night, and I watched it. As soon as you sent it to me, I watched it, and then I watched it again when you were asking me about on the feedback for it. It's really good. It really, really is. I mean, you and I, we've done videos and movies and shit like that in the past that have been shelved or lost to the ends of time. Like, but this is something that definitely has legs to it that I can see becoming like a little internet series. This would be a really cool version. I think this is the kind of version of Batman that I think even I've been looking for.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, totally. I what I've been saying the most is it's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you can have a whole movie experience condensed in 15 minutes, and if you don't like it, I'll give you 15 minutes of my time. Whatever you want to say to me or tell me or show me in 15 minutes, if you don't like this, look, you can even take this opportunity to act like you didn't like it just so that I'll pay attention to you for 15 minutes. But absolutely, I'm not trying to rob anybody of their time because, dude, time is precious. Time is so precious.
Absolutely.
We're not taking a whole lot of yours to really enjoy something.
So how long did it take you to film or to do the entire film, like from beginning to end?
I'm not really sure. I'm painting the pictures in my head. I knew I had to wear all those fake tattoos for too long.
Mm-hmm. That's reason enough right there to watch this movie. In total honesty, like I said, we've known each other for a long time. I know that you have tattoos, but you went like over the top. Like you're like Robert De Niro Cape Fear tattooed.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was and like I got a text message from Drew Gulak,
Mm-hmm.
WWE superstar Drew Gulak, and he was like, "Yo, dude, when'd you get all those neck tattoos?"
Well, I even said it to you. I was like, which ones were real and which ones were fake?
No, yeah,
Because the ones on your arms and the one like that was on your hand there that you saw a lot. Yeah, it was
none.
It's crazy.
They looked real. Now, did your tattoo girlfriend, did she help apply them for you?
Yeah, well, she did a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Mhm.
I didn't do it. But my roommate, the guy who played Tattoo Face,
Yeah.
was the one who did them all.
That was really cool. I like the tattoo face. villain for me was like the best. He didn't do a whole lot. He was just getting a tattoo, and then you come along being an a-hole who wants to just scoot the guy out because you want some time with your girlfriend. But he was really cool. And I mean, like it was. I think the only one that I didn't pick up on right away was the Penguin. That was the only one that I wasn't because it was still early on in the project, so in the film, so I didn't know exactly where it was just going just yet.
I don't know if, and this, I'm the dialogue written. It was for sure written for a Hispanic guy.
Okay.
I mean, if you watch it back, it's like this nerdy guy being like, "Are my girls not good enough for USA?" And he was like saying it in a very proper way.
Yeah, I heard him drop the word "poppy" once, and I was like, really?
I got that good stuff, Poppy. But
I'm not gonna lie though, when I heard the essay line, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
I loved it. I loved it when the one prostitute just assumed that you couldn't get it up.
That was funny. You need them blue pills.
It was like, and he was like, "You're a crazy gringo."
Gringo, yeah.
Yeah, gringo. I was like, okay, we're doing this one. All right. It was awesome.
It was funny.
It was for sure someone else was supposed to be there.
It was definitely the nicest proposition ever made. Like, I mean, just the fact that the one girl even comes up and says it so sweetly, like, "Oh, come on, I'll make you come like you've never have before."
Yeah.
It's like, well, now that you put it that way.
I mean, you really spin a good tale right there. I like where this is going. How much? So are there plans to do a sequel or maybe a few other ones in this or turn this into a series?
Dude, if it was an ideal world, I would absolutely love to.
Yeah.
I would really, really love to. But this was kind of more for the taste of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
To give tribute to this world, to this character, the imagining that we had of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no plans for anything else.
I mean, you definitely should, because you leave people on a cliffhanger.
Right. Well, that's the way you got to leave everybody wanting more. That's
right.
That's kind of the whole point of showbiz.
Yeah, I mean but again, I mean, like you said, it's just 15 minutes, but it's a good 15 minutes. And from what you've shown me and what I've seen some other people talking about on the internet, is that the film is that they like it. They like the film. You sent it over to a bunch of people, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. Who was the one person that came back and you were blown away, thought that this was as good as it was?
I think so far, I got some amazing feedback from Mike Quackenbush. I got some amazing feedback from Drew Gulak. I got some amazing feedback from Niles Young.
Mm-hmm.
I got some really great feedback from Steve Morrison.
My old boss.
Yeah. And he tweeted it. He tweeted it.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
My friend Broderick, who wrestles as Australian Suicide in AAA in Mexico, tweeted it just now.
That's cool.
So, I mean, I'm excited with the feedback too. So it's not just it's not just sharing it. It's like, well, I'm blown away by this. I like this. Hearing things like that, and I mean, make your own comparisons, make your own stuff. I mean, but some of the comparisons that we've heard so far have been amazing. I've been so happy to hear them, and I'm blown away. I wouldn't have even thought of those things. Some of them.
Right. So you filmed this back in December, you were saying?
Yeah.
Right. So what have you been doing during the whole pandemic? Just to keep yourself busy?
Dude, my podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast Evolving with Cory Kastle.
Mm-hmm.
Evolving W/Cory Kastle, CORYKASTLE. I've done tons of episodes. I did an episode with Todd Glass during the pandemic. I did my friend Monroe Martin. He's a Comedy Central comedian. Probably maybe heard of him on there.
I think I've seen the name listed a few times. Definitely know Todd Glass. Definitely seen Todd Glass in person before.
I've been just catching up with a lot of friends. And I'm
Yeah.
doing a lot of these virtual podcasting. Like
Right.
it's odd for me to be on the guest side of things because I rarely am ever a guest on anyone's podcast.
It's weird for me to be the interviewer because I don't normally do this. Like
You interviewed like 2 bands.
we did. We had Saravo and we had Traverse the Abyss. I totally forgot.
My girlfriend also has a podcast that she does that I bet you would like. She interviews lots of bands, a lot of musicians. Her podcast is called The Ladies of Metal Show.
Yeah.
She was a radio DJ, pretty well known in the Philly area.
Oh yeah, where's she
Jersey. 94 or something. I don't know. I'm not
94 something.
It was like a pop station. It was a poppy station.
Right.
Well,
we all got to get our start somewhere.
96.5. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was WISP. No, is that a thing? I don't know.
No, YSP is sports now.
It's sports. Okay, so I don't remember, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
it's cool. I mean, like up until March of this year, I was working at a pop station down in Delaware.
Yeah.
You got it.
You and my friend, and you guys aren't working there no more.
Yeah. So you're talking about Brian Sosa, right?
Yeah.
Brian. God.
I just heard that he got fired like a couple days ago. I did somebody else's podcast. I was a guest on somebody else's podcast, and Bruce wasn't even out yet, so I didn't even talk about it.
Brian was unceremoniously fired.
Was he furloughed?
No, he was just he was absolutely let go. They had called him the day before he was set to come back from vacation, and they told him that he wasn't needed anymore, and that was it. He was done, and he went on their social media. He put up an Instagram video, and then took over their Facebook, their Twitter accounts, and just let all of his fans and everybody else of the station know that he wasn't going to be there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nuts.
Dude, it's insane how that radio industry it's a dying medium. It's sad. But at the same time, look, here's the thing. I say this on every show I'm on. I'll say it on this one. When I say it takes such an effort. It takes to listen to a podcast, you have to take the extra steps to find that show and hit the play button. With the radio, you can just turn it on and it's on. So I always say that there's like an immense currency in your attention. They say paying attention. It's like, oh, if I can get your effort and your attention for sometimes my podcast is 2 hours long. Sometimes, sometimes my podcasts go pretty long. And if you stuck it out to get some of those nuggets in there, there's really meaningful nuggets.
Right.
Like dude, I'm so grateful. I'm very grateful all the time to anybody who ever listens to, and that's why I'm saying it's 15 minutes. The show, the short is 15 minutes. If you don't got 15 minutes, I'll give you 15 of mine.
Right. So it's, you're right. The radio thing is a very tricky industry right now, like especially with the coronavirus in place. I mean, I started out this job working pretty steadily, and then I actually had 2 interviews for stations, in other parts of Pennsylvania and other parts of Delaware. It looked like a step up, and then this thing comes around and it knocks everybody on their ass. And I mean, for lack of a better term, I guess you could consider me furloughed, but I don't see my radio station that I was working for bringing me back. And it's a very cutthroat industry to be in, because you have to be able to present, you have to be able to talk to people, you have to be able to make things engaging. And, the idea is that you do it through the sound of your voice, like through, people listening to you. This video aspect of it is just something new and giving a little bit of flavor to what it is that we're already doing. I mean, I even have my own problems doing my own podcast, just trying to get up and get motivated and doing this thing, because myself, and I'll be totally honest with you, I don't listen to many podcasts. I've listened to yours. I've checked out Wrestle Rock. I've checked out Evolving with Cory Kastle. I listen to Evolving more because I'm not, you know me, I'm not a wrestling guy. So like when you guys talk about wrestling, I'm like, I'm in another world. I'm too busy thinking about superheroes like Batman.
Right.
But you know, it's
well, I'm trying to appeal to you. You are my key demographic. I have nothing else.
You got to
no
get
one
everybody.
else in my world and my utmost of interest, except I just want to appeal to Johnnie 13.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
Yeah, but I'm not like stop. I'm nobody. You guys are cool. I mean, you're the guest. You're the one we're talking to. So you don't have to appeal to me. I got to appeal to you.
Right.
So, okay. So Bruce, we don't have anything in the like lined up just yet. But you've done other projects. You know, like we said, you're an actor. You're a comedian.
Well, I mean, before this, the shutdown of everything.
Yeah.
Before the shutdown of everything, my main source of income was acting.
Yeah.
So I was on background acting. I was just doing like I did this movie in November called Bruised. I did Bruised then Bruce right back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So I call Bruce Bruced all the time. But that
sounds like a juice drink.
Halle Berry Halle Berry's directorial debut.
Oh wow.
She was playing an MMA fighter,
mm-hmm.
and I was just background as the security guard walking her to the octagon for a fight.
That's awesome.
And then I did like a bunch of TV shows. I went to New York a bunch of times. I did M. Night Shyamalan's new show on Apple TV.
Show?
Yeah, a show on Apple TV. It's called Servant. I did background on that. It seems like when you want to get cast as a background actor, it's like, right. Oh, you got long hair, you fit this. It's all like 70s stuff. Like I've done tons of 70s stuff. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna make your mustache be the only thing you've got. So that I did The Deuce, The Post, Vinyl, Invincible, like any like 70s thing I had to do it. I've been in the 70s so many times.
Yeah. So much so that you think you can go back, you can just relive it?
Probably, yeah.
You can do the peace and love, all that stuff?
Yeah. Except for that I got a smartphone in my back pocket.
It's the one thing. It's like what's it? Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. He goes, I'm head to toe legit, baby. He goes, there ain't no cell phones in 1960, whatever.
Yeah.
So have you become friends with the Foremans and Kelso and Hyde since you've been in the 70s so often?
Well,
have you hit a circle?
Hyde's canceled.
Yeah.
But dude, Ashton Kutcher is like a dream friend of mine.
Yeah, honestly. He's a dream friend.
Yeah, like he's such an inspiration to me, honestly. Like I really if you do some looking into the actual work he does, like outside of Hollywood and stuff, like all the stuff he invests in, all the causes he's interested in, it's all about human compassion. It's all about giving love that kids have been. It's like he does this work where like it's just providing for foster kids to change the programming that they come up in. It's amazing, and he doesn't have to do any of that. He can just sit on his ass for the rest of his life, but he really wants to make some positive changes in this world.
That's good. I mean, that's what we kind of want to see from, celebrities and people of power. We don't really see a whole lot of people in power giving much concern about the everyday person,
right.
Between us. So I'm getting the yellow light. We got a little bit of time left. So I just want to hit a couple points here. So we talked about Evolving with Cory Kastle. How many episodes do you have posted now?
Today I just recorded my 189th episode.
Wow.
I have all the videos. All the videos are on YouTube, like from the ones that I've been doing in quarantine. Yeah. This is why the quarantine's been the best for me, because of being able to add a video element to my podcast that I didn't have previously.
Right.
So we have a lot of like a whole video element now on the show that I didn't have before. So a lot of people who were only listening and not watching, I just said this on the episode that I just recorded today. My video audience is so little, and people don't really care about the audio or the video as much as they care about the audio. But I've noticed that the people who do care about the video are mostly women.
Mostly women watch video.
Mostly the women watch the video. Yeah.
Would you say that you're a visual person, Amber?
You're asking me?
Yeah, well, you're the demographic that watches the video. Yeah, you're the only chick here.
I'm a painter, so of course I'm very visual. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you search Cory Kastle on YouTube, CORYKASTLE, you can watch a whole bunch of video episodes of my podcast.
And what about the other one, Rassle Rock?
Rassle Rock. We also have a video element to that too now.
Yeah.
That'll be on Rick Connor's YouTube page.
Okay. So Rick is running that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We started changing like the way like we were doing Zoom before, and the same thing where like we were getting the yellow light in the ending. When we switched from that, we're now doing on a different app where it's amazing. It goes on YouTube and it goes on live on YouTube and Facebook and all the places where you go live.
Right.
It's been incredible, man. And it sounds good too.
It's cool. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome to see you succeeding through the projects that you want to do. Like with your podcast, with your filming. Obviously, you're not doing stand-up.
Can I also add that I'm as broke as I've ever been.
Yeah.
I mean,
I believe it.
That doesn't affect how great my life is.
Mm-hmm.
Like money is a Band-Aid. There is no magic wand. There's tons of books in the bookstore that there's a multi-million-dollar industry from this section of the bookstore called the self-help section. There isn't a self-fix section. You just got to continue to work.
Right. You just got to keep doing it.
Huh.
So with
I like that.
It's profoundness. That's how you evolve with Cory Kastle.
Okay, I think it's a podcast I definitely need to check out. So
that's what you do. So we're doing the film. We're doing the filming. As much as we can throughout this pandemic. You did have a movie that just hit Amazon Prime not too long ago, The Dark Army. Right. So and I got to watch
Military.
Dark Military. I'm sorry, Dark Military, Dark Army.
Wow,
it's also on Tubi.
It's on Tubi. I don't have Tubi, but I definitely watched it on Prime, and it was definitely a bit of an eye opener. It was a bit bloody and a little raunchy at times.
You know what I wished that I had committed more to that part. Like right. I think I was upset with the part not having as many good lines as I wanted to have, and I might have phoned it in, but I liked it. I liked it. Mm-hmm. I thought I met a lot of really cool people that I'm still friends with. I made a lot of good friends on set.
Yeah,
but I mean, I wasn't as much of an actor then as I think I am now.
So the plot of The Dark Military was it's a terrorist group that is conducting a hunt on Halloween, right? And they're televising
it live webcast. Yeah, on the dark web.
A live feed, and you were one of the people that they're hunting. Maybe, right? So again, he plays these characters that have these major twists at the end. It's like his life on film is like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
That's so funny.
Now I have 2 M. Night Shyamalan credits under my belt.
That's awesome.
The dude
so
still doesn't know
do that? How do you go about that? Like, how do you land those parts?
You just gotta send your pictures to the right places, and you gotta meet the right people. It doesn't like take a lot of. It's so weird because I for sure am proud of it. I don't like being too proud of it because it's background work and like
Mhm.
it doesn't take like you got cast to be someone who's standing in the background because anyone and everyone can be in the background and stuff.
Right.
But I really like having the credits. I really like having the experience, dude. Like I've gained such a wealth of knowledge through being on all these sets. Like I've been on sets with some of the biggest stars in the world. Like, and I'm really grateful.
You did extra work on Invincible, right? The story
that
of
was the first thing that's the first thing I ever did. Yeah.
with Mark
That's-
Wahlberg, or the Vince Papale of the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. So,
Yeah.
like, when you put these on your resume, is it linebacker number 1 or 70s drug dealer, street guy?
It depends on actually, I think I normally put what they gave, like what they told me I was playing.
Right.
Like what they told me I was playing. Like in Invincible, it says Eagles hopeful, which that's what it was.
That was every fan up until the year they won the Super Bowl in Eagles hopeful. That was every fan.
And I think I played on the Deuce. I was a porn distributor, and that's what my credit says on IMDb.
Okay.
And
Smut peddler. All right, cool.
Yes, smut peddler.
Smut peddler. And then you said you were on vinyl too. I never watched that one, but I always kind of had an eye on it.
Yeah, I was a rocker.
Yeah,
I was a rocker. No, it sucked. It was a stupid show.
This is terrible.
Go watch it.
That's awful. All right, so we got about 2 minutes left. What I like to do with our guests when we get them on the show is ask them 10 random questions that we call the last rites. And this is how we end every interview. So the questions are going to be
kind of long-winded. I hope
Well, just give me like the fastest like answer that comes to your brain.
Yeah, like a speed round.
Whatever you need to do. Yeah, kind of like that. All right. So number 1, your favorite wrestler.
Jericho.
All right. Number 2, did Carol Baskin really kill her husband?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, absolutely. Number 3, should Unsolved Mysteries cover the story of Gritty punching the kid in the back? Because that's unsolved. We don't know if that actually happened or not.
Maybe it would make a good webisode. I don't know about making really taking up people's time like that.
Your go-to cereal breakfast food?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Do people still think you look like Orlando Bloom?
No,
I don't get
Jason
that anymore.
Momoa a lot.
Used to get it all the time at Ultrazone.
All I get now is Jason Momoa.
I could totally see it though.
You get Momoa. You get
I could
Aquaman.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I say I'm awkward man, and and I say that I'm adjacent Momoa.
You're gonna be, and then you can add Frosty the Snowman to it. To the credits. Okay. Real quick, we got to get through 4 or 5 more. Is it acceptable to run over squirrels?
No.
Name an area in the world you're dying to visit.
Hawaii.
Okay. Who would look better in yoga pants, Michael Jordan or Courtney Love?
Probably Courtney Love.
Your island album.
My island album?
Yeah, only one album you can take with you on a deserted island.
Oh man. Have you ever heard of Nako and Medicine for the People?
No.
Okay, well, they have an album that I would probably bring with me.
Okay.
I forget what the name of the album is, but it's like their second album.
And what's one drug that you would do with any rock star? And name the rock star you would do it with.
With any rock star?
Yeah.
I'd have to like match the person with the drug.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to match it, but somebody you think would be doing something. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'm not. I probably would be acid.
Okay.
And I don't know who I would say it would be with.
Probably. I'll give you a helping hand. Hendrix was known for dropping his bandana in acid and then performing while it would sweat into his pores during his performances. So maybe he might be somebody cool to drop acid with.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole documentary on Netflix right now called Psychedelics, and they have a whole bunch of comedians.
Yeah, I watched. It was called like "Have a Nice Trip" or something, right?
Yeah, it's a bit like a
That's so
funny
weird.
take on psychedelics. That's a little weird.
Uh-huh.
Sting talks about giving birth to a cow.
Who does?
Sting.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that.
Yeah.
I would actually want to hang with. I could actually see myself hanging with Sting in a ceremonial circle like that.
Yeah, could you?
Like, for sure.
That's awesome. That's cool
Like-
shit.
For sure.
Fun.
I mean, I've talked about it on my podcast a ton, but I don't have to get into it all right this moment. But I mean, when I come, Bruce has done some drugs, but I'm myself. I just took a job. I started training for my new job
Mm-hmm.
on Monday as a school bus driver. So I have to take drug tests, and
All the time.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can't
gonna
you can't be lit up when you're busing kids to school. But who knows? You might not even have to bus the kids to school next year.
Right, maybe not. But I'm taking
Virtual.
I'm taking
You could
tests.
be the virtual magic school bus.
Right.
The virtual magic.
Yes.
Magic mushroom school bus.
Yeah, the magic mushroom school bus. That would be a good one.
That's a
He could
good
be
name for a
Mr.
podcast.
He could be Mr. Frizzle or Frito chips after you get the munchies.
Frito chips.
But,
Spitballing.
yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
who
sounds like a
knows?
cool name for a podcast, though.
Yeah.
Magic mushroom school bus.
Magic
For sure.
mushroom school bus. I'd have to like. That's somebody else can take over that. We have a fun enough time just trying to talk about rock music and horror movies now, and there's not even a whole lot of either one. So
Well,
kinda
you
sucks.
know, who knows when school's going to start back up again, if it even happens. And you know, in an ideal world, in a very ideal situation, Bruce hits big, man, and you know,
Yeah.
somebody casts me in something major, and then it gets shot, and I get.
well, if they ever do
able to
like
make a
a
living.
Gotham, like if they ever do a Gotham like mid-20s, you could still play Bruce.
Hey, you know, I was in that show.
You were in Gotham.
I was on an episode of that show. Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
When?
Yeah.
When were you on an episode of Gotham?
It was like season 2. I'm not sure which episode it was. It was when Jim was in prison.
Okay.
I was one of the inmates in that F block,
In the F block.
F wing. Yeah,
In the
F wing
F-wing.
inmate. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So all right.
That's
I
cool.
watched some of Gotham. I didn't watch all of it. It was for me it seemed like it seemed like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
And that was me. Like I mean, I know a lot of people liked it. A lot of people thought it was really really cool. It just the one thing I couldn't get around was how come all of the villains are already in Gotham and yet Batman is, you know, in middle school.
A little boy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like if that was the way things were going to go, Batman should have had no problem beating up on all of his enemies because they all would have been, you know, AARP members.
Right.
But
Who
I'm a
says
Batman.
that?
I'm a Batman purist. That's just me. Well, Cory, thank you so much for being on the Monster Rock Show. I love hanging out with you, love talking to you, and it's been far too long since we've actually sat down and hung out. So we'll have to do it again real soon.
Let's.
I've never met you until now, so
I've
That
heard
was
tons
fun.
about you. I've heard tons about you.
I sing your praises from the rooftop.
I appreciate you
He's
giving me the
wild.
time and the platform and the attention and, you know, the love. I really appreciate your time, dude. I appreciate you giving me that 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
And on top of the 15 minutes, it's free.
yeah, even more so. Like it's free. It's 15 minutes free. You can't even get that from one of the hookers in the goddamn movie.
Right.
But yeah, dude, we really appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us, talking about Bruce, and we will definitely point more people in its direction to check it out, take a look at it, and hopefully it leads to, you know, bigger and better things. I think you're on the right track, and just like everybody else is telling you, this is a good project, this is a good film, and yeah, it definitely should be seen by a lot more people. And what would be even cool is if, you know, maybe somebody that has been tied to a Batman project, like Christopher Nolan, or maybe Christian Bale, or Paul Dini, the guys who created the animated series. Maybe if they saw it, or who was the voice actor? Was it Kevin Conroy was the voice actor of Batman? I think. I don't know. Somebody's getting shushed.
No, yeah. I mean, I was trying to like share it on Reddit on like Batman forums.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it worked or if it posted. So if one of you guys want to do that,
sure. We'll definitely tell all of our Batman friends that they need to check this one out. So it's Bruce. That's the title of the movie. It's a 15-minute short, totally twisted perspective on how Batman becomes Batman. It's really, really cool. Shows some of your favorite characters. And that's one question. Your girlfriend that's in the film, right? She becomes a clown at the end of it. Is she the Joker or is she Harley?
Well, we never say. We never
have to find out.
But there's never been a female Joker before.
No, not to my knowledge. I don't think there has been. I think there's been the Joker's daughter, but I don't know if there's been a Mrs. Joker other than Harley Quinn. So, dude, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving us this 15-minute window into an awesome, concept of Batman. It's really. I'm going to definitely watch it again. I thought it was really cool, and I think
I hope you do.
I think there's things that I probably missed the first 2 times that I watched it.
Can I promote something?
Sure.
Promote the ability to, if you can cast it on your television screen, or watch YouTube on TV, like that's probably the best way to consume this because it's that cool. It's that much of an adventure. But it's like I said, it's only 15 minutes. The biggest compliment I've heard or feedback I've heard is like it just left me wanting more. So,
I'm in that boat. It definitely left me wanting more, and I would love to see you guys do a series out of this. I think that would be really, really cool.
Well, Warner Brothers are going to have to pay us money.
Somebody's got to pay up. But all right, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on. I don't want to keep you up, from doing anything else you got to do tonight. So thank you very much.
Right,
we will talk
guys.
soon, and we'll definitely let you know when this whole thing gets posted up. All right.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
All right, dude. Have a good night. Be safe.
You too.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.